Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for December 10th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed higher today. It did form an inside bar, so definitely look for the breakout. More about that in a minute. This pair is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 88.91, possibly as low as 87.12. Look for some resistance around 88.65. And look for some support around 87.00. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD. This particular pair closed higher today. It did create an inside bar also, so definitely look for a breakout. This pair is moving sideways with a bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 148.28 and possibly as low as 146.15. Look for some resistance around 147.88 and look for some support around 146.65. Okay, now looking at the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair is, give me 1 second here. There we go. This particular pair closed up. It did form an inside bar also. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially move as high as 164.36, possibly as low as 161.19. Look for some resistance around 163.75 and look for some support around 161.65. Okay, now let's take a look at the US Swiss. This pair closed higher. It did break the previous session's high, but did close down for the session. We are looking for this pair to move sideways, but with an upward bias. Look for it to potentially move as high as 1.0355, possibly as low as 10184. Look for some resistance around 10299. And look for some support around 10198. Okay, as far as news announcements go, we do have the U.S. releasing their advanced retail sales for November at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they have the retail sales has dropped from 1.4% down to 0.6%. Any lower than that, it's going to be negative news for the U.S. dollar. Of course, if it's higher than expected, it could be good news for the U.S. dollar. We also have at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, the U.S., the University of Michigan confidence for December being released. Consensus on that is that confidence has risen from 67.4 to 68.8. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? We have the U.S.-Japanese yen pair that has created an inside bar. And we have a potential for a breakout to the upside or the downside, fairly close together. If we get a breakout to the upside, I'm looking for 30 pips. And if we get a breakout to the downside, kind of a similar deal, about 30 pips. I'll draw that out for you real quick. Take the high and the low of this session. And we are looking to tag the low of this session, potentially the high of this one. So we have a potential sell, potential exit, potential buy, and a potential exit. So either way this thing moves, as long as it doesn't just go sideways, we're going to get a trade out of this and most likely get about 30 pips profit with this. Now, I would use a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio with this, and at that point you can, let the trade run. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.